What's up with this, the Olympics, the basketball team. First, the American team lost to Puerto Rico. And then, they lost to the white boys from Lithuania. That has got to hurt. They don't even like to lose to us in the schoolyard. And they get lit up by the people with the whitest skin in the world, Lithuania. Iverson can't go back to the neighborhoods. He'll walk in and be like, yo, man, you want to play us? We're not white. Then they had all those crazy boxers from all those countries that left Russia and made up fake crazy names for themselves winning. Like Azerbaijan, Tajikistan. Do you see those Genghis Khan-looking bastards lighting up everybody? These guys trained by, like, punching the milk out of goats. They are fierce. And I don't mean that in the Jim McGreevy sitting in the budget meeting going, that legislation is fierce kind of way. What else? Oh, yeah. Now, there's a new bar. You heard about this where they serve alcohol through a mist. You don't even drink it. You can get drunk without drinking. You know, you have to inhale fumes in like a mask or something. Then the cops pull you over and say, will you take a breathalyzer? You're like, oh, please, I've had enough, officer, you know? But it's kind of interesting. You inhale vapors and it gets you like wasted and just from, they have a name for it too. Pot. I do it daily, baby. That's how I do it. I just hope you guys can follow my... First of all...
What happened?
The chairs came back.
Whoa, I'm just saying. Because you don't realize how many of these goddamn white comedians complain, oh, but Jesus, we can't talk, so this is my punishment for talking too much. So I'm alone. I don't need a white comic next to me. I'll be all by myself.
It's not your punishment. It's a weight distribution.
It's the fat joke scene. It's the balance out the room.
Hey,
all right.
Good,
well, okay, Liz. That's right.
Okay.
You'll regret it.
Critics are accusing video game creators of featuring only young blacks and Hispanics in the new games like GTA 3 and Def Jam and charging stereotyping and racism. A charge I haven't heard in 4 minutes. What do you guys think about that?
It's stupid to complain about it. Who cares? They do racial stereotype, but anything that will be accurate in a game that's exciting. What are you going to put like a bunch of Jews as bankers? No one's going to buy that as a game. It's whatever's going to sell and have action in it. That's what they're going to do. So if it's a racial stereotype, so what?
This is telling you. I mean, look. Again, I hate to be redundant. Again, if you make you can't make fun of, it's not interesting. You have to put a Puerto Rican, a black, anything other than white people to do something. Please help me make fun of white people. Help me so we can do something.
So what you're saying, go ahead.
I don't care about the stereotype problem. Is that
well, that's bad for the discussion.
The urban part. Why do blacks and Latinos urban? I don't understand how we got labeled with urban. Urban means living in the city. So a white person living in the city is urban as well.
But, you know, the pattern since 1960, you guys have been chasing us up the Hudson River like the Hessians and rebels.
They're making a comeback. White people are making a comeback.
We all making a comeback. Thank God.
Yeah.
But they use the same
tomorrow when I light up Kev and Thursday when I bust you out.
Wait, little Kev.
Shut up. Now listen to me.
White head.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Here's my point. So you're basically saying the black people, it's not stereotyping those video games because you guys are out there blowing people away. So it's good. Okay.
Well, we do. Listen.
Who said that?
Wait.
That's basically
black people. Look, yeah, it's okay. Don't be trying to divide and conquer.
Don't be trying to take a white expression like that. That's kind of sardonic. Yeah, okay.
First of all, here's what I'm saying. White people, I'm not saying that black, we do shoot each other. But unless...
That's all I want to say.
But I'm just saying, unless they have a video game where you choke your wife to death, or...
That's right. The Miami Herald pulled a story on Olympic doping because it showed an athlete with a dark complexion under the words, how they cheat. The newspaper said the image was pulled because it could be perceived as racially insensitive.
But the thing is this, it's not racially insensitive. They would have had a white guy with, you know, why do they cheat? But no one would believe it.
Except when it comes to drug shooting, I would think, you know, for steroids.
But no, it's like when I think of cheating athletes, I don't think of black people at all. I think of the Soviets. No one thinks of black people with cheating in the Olympics. It's the Russians who think it's true.
This is the new way of people to say, okay, this is why black people are so much better than you in athletics because we do drugs.
No one's thinking of that. No one's thinking of that.
No one's thinking of that? How do you know no one's thinking of that?
I'm a man of the people and I speak for the people.
In this case,
man of the people spoke. Let Mike quit speak. Let Mike get to
I don't agree with it in this case. I think people being too sensitive. First of all, they pulled it before it actually came out. If it would have came out and then you'd have had a problem with it, so they must have saw there was something wrong with it because they didn't put it out. So I think people being too sensitive.
It was just.
Now, if it would have said, how will they cheat? And then under it said Republicans, election 2004, then that would have been a lot more sense.
That was a good one.
He said, you gotta give me my star.
Let him get his nice laugh. That was in me. That was a good one. But I'll say this. The $65 international fee that the University of Massachusetts is charging its foreign students has been judged discriminatory by the American Arbitration Association. Critics have called this charge a surveillance fee. What do you think?
Well, it's the Syrian students, and why have them waste their money on a surveillance fee when they need it for C4?
You know, it's funny. At first when I read it, I was like, nah, this is wrong. You can't. It's per semester too. It's not like just per year. It's per semester they gotta pay this fee. But then I was like, you know what? This is the best country in the world, and you want to come over here and go to school? Pay the fee and shut up then. Pay the fee and shut up. This is a different country now. You know, we used to be a turnstile nation. Now we need to be a fortress. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with him.
We used to be an easy pass nation. Now we have to be a one lane. No, go ahead.
And they gotta put, different goofy word in to make it sound like it's not racist. This is the thing. It'd be wonderful.
You see how you've spooked our country, your people?
That's what I'm saying. Can I listen? Is it so wrong for black people to run all the national security? Is it so wrong for us to do that? I don't have white guilt. I'm going to treat these people poorly and tell them that I want to treat them poorly. I'm not going to pretend in different words. I'm going to say, we got to watch you. That's why enjoy your class.
That's why the people that never get by security at the airport is those sisters with the giant nails sitting there barred. Nobody, they're like, you better wait, take on your bag. They don't play games. Everyone listens to them. You're right. I think black people should be in charge of security.
In charge, man, because we don't have guilt.
Just promise you won't, get a little light fingered while you're there. It's a nice, simple request. You'll be making a nice buck. We'll make it union.
I don't like the fact that you're implying that black people would be good at security because they would steal all the guns going through the metal detectors. and that's what you were saying, and it's racist.
Whoa, stop this good cop, bad cop. Jesus, what do you think? These are white tricks we don't know? Good cop, bad cop? You little raggedy mushroom face asshole. You didn't catch that? Whoa, that went over our head. Norton, shove it up your ass.
Anyone see it? The assignment was for the comedians to see it. Did you guys see it?
I was busy.
Oh.
But you do know what happened is that the side story on Exorcist is that, Mel Gibson was supposed to direct it, but he quit when the studio wouldn't let him give the devil a Jewish last name.
That was a good one. All right, let's move to
the title. I thought it was a Bush documentary.
Whoa!
Hey, you know his birthday is 6/6/46?
Really?
That's his birthday.
No.
3 6s at his birthday. He's the devil.
Sucker boy, what? Yeah, move on to the next one. You ain't got nothing for that.
You're right. I don't want to say anything because that's such a scientific way of looking at it. You damn crazy island Haitians.
You better stop.
You get to be a Haitian. Yeah.
You better stop disrespecting our 7th and 8th sense, man. White people stop.
7th and 8th sense. What are you rolling bones?
Stop wanting evidence all the time.
How do you slice a chicken and figure out if he's a devil? Wow.
Stop wanting evidence all the time, man. You gotta understand, we sniff these things that mean something, man.
Your intuition stinks.
It's the best. How you think this show started Size Me Up? Now, what do you think? Well, white people? Black people size people up quickly.
White people started sizing up. If you remember, when black people were brought over, they didn't stop it.
Seth Green's Without a Paddle was the weekend's #2 movie. Take a look.
For 3 childhood friends,
let's take the trip.
The answers to their problems are out there.
Hey, look, a deer.
I'm in over my head.
Don't tell me that.
Our only chance is to huddle together for warmth.
I, for one, choose death.
This never leaves the cave.
Without a Paddle.
I was going to ask who goes to see this, but
a couple of chuckles.
Anybody chuckled at the promo and not at the absurdity of it, please has to leave now.
Oh, God.
I give this film 2 thumbs in the eyes, whoever directed this. And
what kills me is Seth. You got this Seth Green. The only reason he's a star is because the legend turned down Austin Powers.
I heard about. What did he turn down? His role?
You heard about it from me. What do you think? You're reading the trades? I heard about it. I told you the story 5 times.
Well, why don't you tell America?
You phony bastards.
Tell America the story.
I didn't pay attention.
You turned down. Patrice wanted the country to know what you turned down.
Yeah. And what role?
Well, Mike Myers called me up years ago. He goes, look, I want you to play the son, because chronologically the son would have been closer to my age when you think it was 1960 he was born. And he begged me to play it. I was like, I'm busy with my own screenplay.
Stop rationalizing the character now, stupid. You turned it down. Just explain. He was like, it would have been my age. Because now, you didn't care when he was offering. Just explain what a dummy that we're
I was
underneath.
a pompous ass, and I go, Mike, I'm writing my own screenplay, which of course no one's ever heard of. And he goes, no, this is going to be big. I go, yeah, no, I know. We both got to do our own thing. So he did his own thing. And now you got Seth Green with a stupid paddle movie. That could be me sitting there with those 2 dummies.
Wait,
paddling, making jokes.
Yeah.
Was that Celtic Pride that you decided not to do it?
No. It was Night at the Roxbury.
That's right. Night at Roxbury. You know, Tyler wrote Night at Roxbury. Okay. All right. Cool. That was better than that.
Yeah, why can't you have Austin Powers? Once you have Crocodile Dundee 2, you don't need any other films.
Coming in third was Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement. Here's a look at some of the magic.
East Hermopolis has everything a girl could ever want, except the one thing she's always dreamed of.
Princess Mia is not married in 30 days. What? She forfeits the throne.
Now, a girl who's never been lucky in love will lose her family's claim to the throne. Unless she can do the impossible. Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
Any movie that has a promo where the tray hits a crown off, and that's the funny part, I guess must be a great movie.
This whole movie is about she has to have an arranged marriage.
Or else she can't lose a fortune like Easy Money.
Every marriage is arranged marriage.
Uh-oh.
You gotta arrange a way to pay for that ring, to pay for that home, to pay for that honeymoon. You gotta arrange a way to get rid of her body later. A lot of things you gotta arrange all throughout this thing.
Sounds like you're ready to write a screenplay. What do you guys think? Could you at least... I want one of you to one week. Just one of you see a promo.
I would have seen it, but the dude in my neighborhood with the bootlegs ain't have that.
There's no bootleg. There's no bootleg.
We'll be right back.
There's no bootleg.
Jim has given us a little present to do the segment with. Every once in a while, we like to respond to the feedback you heartless scamps leave for us on the Tough Crowd message boards. Jim, let's start with you. This guy has a question. Norton's head is so friggin' big. Is that him in those stupid Six Flags commercials? Dressed as that old man dancing around?
This one really hurt. Because the 2 things I hate most in life are dancing and old people. And please don't ever write another post ending with an exclamation point. It makes you sound like an over-anxious civilian idiot. And the only thing worse than an exclamation point in written humor is to write the word wink in parentheses. Your post was a lame attempt at being cutting, and I hope you die in a hotel fire.
All right. This one is for Patrice. Don't be mad at Patrice, everyone. It's not his fault. He constantly knocks on Whitey. If he couldn't do that, he wouldn't have any material. Patrice.
Yeah, do you really think I want to spend all my time talking about Whitey? Well, I don't. But you give me no choice. Whitey's are funny. Especially when Whitey is trying to be serious. If you think you're talking bad about, you think I'm talking bad about how Whitey's dance? Well, then stop dancing, Whitey, because you're funny when you do it. Whitey does talk in a hack Whitey voice. Well, you do. I mean, am I lying? It's funny. Especially when you're serious. And I'll stop joking about Whitey when Whitey has an intervention with Whitey to admit to Whitey how ridiculously funny Whitey really is. You're really hilarious. And I don't mention sports because you're going to see how funny Whitey really is when I beat Colin's stupid head in basketball on Thursday. Watch closely.
Okay.
Then you won't be proud of it.
Here's one for me. I think your show is really funny, but every night you spew on about how George W. has proved his leadership. The man is a complete idiot, and you obviously want to lick his ball sack, you big douche. Free the world by freeing the weed. Legalize it now. You know, you're right about that, buddy, because everyone knows the best way to get ahead in show business today is to say positive things about George Bush. You figured out my plan. I kiss up to him and the Hollywood powers want to work with me because they're all notoriously Republican. I don't like the fact that you accuse me of Machiavellian schemery because I disagree with you, you ass, you little fascist Michael moron. Don't you ever talk to me. I am a lot of things, but no one can accuse me of thinking before I speak. Jim, this guy made an interesting... Was that another one? What? No, this guy made an interesting... This guy made an interesting observation.
Yeah.
Oh, he crushed us at the beginning of the segment. You didn't smell it?
Oh, that's why I had blueberries stuck in my nose. Oh, it smells like seafood.
This guy...
Or is that his skin?
Please tell me. I don't care if you have an IQ of 180 and you're 90 years old. Nothing's funnier than somebody farting on TV. That was funny.
And
this guy says this about Norton. Norton needs reality check. He has the nerve to talk about fat chicks on a constant basis when he's a dead ringer for the Pillsbury Doughboy. He'd be lucky to get any chick.
I need a reality check. Oh, let's tone down the insults a bit. What else do I need? To take a chill pill and get a life? And just a little minor correction. Not only do I constantly talk about fat chicks, but sometimes I'll take one to dinner and slip a into her fourth bowl of ice cream. And I'm most certainly not a dead ringer for the Pillsbury Doughboy. If you poke me in the belly, instead of giggling, I'm going to look you right in the eye and all over your hand.
This last one's to me. Colin's a black dude with white skin. His black impressions are a little too accurate. And he knows way too much about black folk. What gives? Sir, I do know a lot about black people and Latins, Asians, Arabs, and of course the white people. I'm a people person. But black people, as you know, being one yourself, sir, have a certain je ne sais quoi that I savor. From their accusatory glares out of the idling Escalade to their conspiratorial eyebrow raises to each other when they perceive white slight, they are under constant scrutiny from the total package, and therefore, my friend, be ever vigilant in my presence, or you will rue the day. And if you don't believe me, ask this typical product of the underclass, this epitome of disgruntled black manhood that is sitting next to me, daydreaming of burning down Massa's house, raping his wife, and raiding his refrigerator. We'll be right back. Hey guys, remember when you were little, you dreamed of being discovered? Well, here we are. Thanks to TV commercials. What'd that idiot say?
He said dreamt,
stupid, not dreamed.
Thanks to TV commercials starring a cartoon bunny named Miffy. Tourism in New York City is way up. Create your own New York mascot and tell us what warnings we would have for visitors to the Big Apple. Patrice O'Neill.
My mascot's name is James the Rat Whisperer. He talks to different pests all around the city and asks for favors on the behalf of the city. You'll see him a lot during a Republican convention. He already whispered to all the Midtown mice and rats to move uptown and the city will never bother them again. He also, because they're all sitting in Harlem and doing nothing about it, just let you know that. He also made a plea to all the restaurant roaches to crawl around on the dishes only after closing. He was sent to whisper to the Arabs, but no one has heard from him for a week.
Working conceptual, are we? Mike Britt.
Shut up, asshole. That's what I get.
All right, my mascot would be a smiling pair of binoculars called Naki. Naki would have an assault rifle with fatigues on and a tattoo of each World Trade Center tower on his arm. And the slogan would be, come to the Big Apple, but if you try to bite it, you will get f***ed up.
All right. Jim Norton.
I think my mascot would be a pit bull, and the ads would feature him attacking Miffy and tearing his throat out. And I'd state in the ad that if you thought Miffy was adorable and represents New York City, then you should stay home because chances are you're a fat Midwestern idiot who's going to come here to see The Lion King, eat at TGI Fridays, and then tell everyone you really enjoyed your gritty New York experience. So do us and yourself a favor. Take any cash you to spend here and mail it into us. It will save you the humiliation of being beaten up and mugged and save us the irritation of looking at your wide-eyed, semi-retarded faces.
We'll be right back.
Tonight, on the show you had only 3 comedians.
Yes.
How did that feel for you?
It felt pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Patrice assumes it was his fault, was it?
Well, he doesn't assume it's his fault. He just has delusions of grandeur that everything, has to relate to him and have nothing to do with him. But I think it works out for the best.
Does it bother you that Jim Norton is always wearing that Opie and Anthony?
What?
Does it bother you that Jim Norton's always wearing the Opie and Anthony paraphernalia?
No, because I know he's going to turn on us the minute Opie and Anthony comes back.